Okay guys, Lycan here. As you know, we are not transmitting this week on BattleVortex, but I thought I'd give you a little news update anyway. So here we go. We did have a release on the 28th, which included some new Vega cargo fleets. So now you will get cargo fleets spawning between 20 and 30. They spawn on the planet screen. Obviously, clicking on the resource node will display the level of the fleet. Spectators are now indicated on the battle screen, so you can see who is watching you. Let's see, base weapon ranges have been reduced to adjust for last week's bug fix. If you remember, that was where the firing range on base modules was corrected to prevent them from being outranged by ships with lower level weapons. So your base module weapons have changed a little. For ship weapons, the Pulse Laser 5 has been nerfed in damage because it was doing higher damage than was intended. Oh yeah, yet another nerf. Apart from that, we've had some bug fixes. Players are now able to launch fleets while upgrading their ship bay to balance out incorrect fleet mass. So if you're trying to refit because it's overweight, you can launch at the same time. Ships will no longer disappear when removing them from your fleet in Fleet Management screen. Base weapon components will no longer display as destroyed after fully repairing your base. Players will now receive a warning when attempting to escort invalid fleets. The in-game release notes panel will now display as intended. A module that has been destroyed while refitting will now correctly resume its refit after repairs. Ships that become deselected while in combat will no longer be able to be controlled unless they are reselected. Players will now be able to strafe their ships to an asteroid's location while attacking other players' base. Players will now receive damage protection at the correct percentage markers for base damage. And base and ship weapon overlays will now display correctly when attacking another fleet or base. It's been a pretty quiet week. Apart from that, there's been requests for a new moderator for Vega Conflict, so if you are interested and you think you would make a good moderator, click the link out, I'll leave it in the description of this video, and you can apply. Alright guys, we'll see you next week on BattleVortex.